Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Juniper Veil. Today, I'm going to be doing a video different from my World Cup videos. Take a little half day break from that, and we're going to be looking at Taterhead in the month of July. I did a reading on him a week or two ago, maybe more, and I was curious about how his July was. It showed that the end of his June, he'd be very tired, quiet, so I was curious what would happen. So we're going to read on him for July. I'm using my what is this? 88 Miracles deck, also called the Crystal deck. That's my first deck, and then I'll be using the Endless Tarot guidebook when I go a bit deeper, or Endless Tarot. When I go a bit deeper, I like to do panoramas with these, so that's a lot of fun. But I'm going to start with my first deck I've ever bought. That is my black and gold crystal 88 crystals tarot. Um, Remember, this is for entertainment purposes only. I don't really have any insider information. I'm just pulling tarot cards, asking questions, getting some answers. Also, please like and subscribe. I've gotten a lot of new subscribers lately, and I really appreciate that. If you have anything you'd like me to read on, whether it be political, world events, new moon, full moon stuff, celebrities, sports, just let me know. Leave me a comment either on the videos or on my community page under posts. I very much appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you for all of your subscriptions. All right, so so what's going on with Taterhead in July? And if you don't know who I mean by Taterhead, I mean the current sitting president of the United States of America. Um, I'm going to pull like five or six cards just to get an overview, and I'll probably go in a little bit deeper if I notice anything curious with my endless tarot. All right. What's going on with Taterhead in July? We have the Ace of Wands, the Page of Pentacles reversed, the King of Swords, the Knight of Cups, and the Emperor. All right, so there's a lot of court cards. The Ace of Wands, aces are about that focus and clarity, a new beginning. Um, there's a bit of enthusiasm there, drive, masculine energy. I'm curious as to if he's having, for entertainment purposes only, some type of medical treatments. It seems like every month there's a period where he goes quiet. So I'm thinking that's the end of June. So the beginning of July, he probably comes back with a lot to say, as per usual, stronger. The Page of Pentacles reversed. So that I have to look up. I'm still getting used to reversals. I do like using them, and I'm getting more used to them. I think they are very interesting. So the Page of Pentacles reversed talks about, let's see, a lack of focus, being distracted, um, so not completing work that needs to be finished, right? So it's like you're working on something, you get bored, you move away. So I think in July, he's not focused. Whether that's for health reasons or not, I'm not sure, but I think we've already seen him do things like that. Something becomes top of his mind, it's all he talks about, doesn't work out, moves on, or halfway through, whatever, moves on. Then we get the King of Swords. So the swords talk about cutting off intuition. They can be double-sided, stress, problems, difficult events. And then we have the king. The king is that completion point of the minor arcana court cards. They This king here, he's standing here with his sword down. I wonder if having the sword down means anything in particular for him, for Taterhead. So usually it's like it almost looks like to me like since he's holding the sword down, usually kings they're especially King of Swords is very shrewd. They know what they're doing. They make good plans. In this case, when it comes to Taterhead, it's interesting because it feels like he's given up in a way. Like the sword is down and he's not fighting. Because then we get the Knight of Cups, and the Knight of Cups is on his way. He's determined, he's ready to do something. Cups are about intuition, they're about relationships. So that knight is kind of on the way. I have an idea. Let's do this, which could go along with that Page of Pentacles reversed because it's like, you could have that idea of like, all right, now we're going to do this. And then it's like, okay, stop doing that. So now we're going to go do this. Um so that's kind of interesting. It's just like that confusion. It's like wands, pentacles, swords, cups. It's like one of each suit. So it's like this, and then that, and then this, and then this, and then that, which isn't unusual for him. And then we get the emperor, and the emperor is somebody who is more old school than, say, the king. The emperor is a bit more in charge in the sense of you do as I say, and that's it. And there's no conversations to be had. That's just how it is. Talks about the order, structure, authority, power, boss, masculine, father, ownership, autonomy. I mean, he thinks he's the emperor and he's going to continue acting like the emperor, but brain is going to be everywhere. He's going to be starting things, stopping things, giving up on things. And I think that shows true for one of each suit here. So it's like, okay, now we're going to do this. Oh, wait, no, wait, I lost focus. Okay, so I am the king, and this is what we're going to do. So now we're going to go do this, and then this is what I said. And, it's just all kind of over the place. It's not a complete narrative to me. It's just like it's just all over the place. Let me pull one more card, and then I get the Queen of Cups. So queens are about wisdom and they're not intimidated. And she's a Queen of Cups, so she is kind of savoring that cup. She looks or the liquid in the cup. She's paying a lot of attention to it. I'm trying to think of it. Would this associate with Taterhead, or would this be somebody who Taterhead knows? I mean, when I see that, I see Melania. I see somebody who is interested in her own things going on. She's taking care of herself. She's not particularly interested in what's going on with her husband. Um, Excuse me, I just sneezed. Um, she's got her own life going on. She's not really concerned because that's what that queen looks like me. She looks like she's not. Oh, excuse me. I keep having sneezes. She doesn't look particularly concerned about anything that's going on. She just looks like she's waiting. She's savoring the drink and she's waiting. She's sipping her wine. She's waiting for something to happen. Um, with the Queen of Cups, you may be looking for assistance from others because it is a social sort of relationship suit. And it can also be a mirror reflecting the depths present in others, allowing them to see themselves in a new light. I think he is sort of asking for help or seeking help from others without particularly asking, or is just saying that he needs a lot more help from others now in July than he did previously. We did see him at the G7 needing help to go upstairs, so that is not surprising. So let's see. What do I want to go into more detail about? I want to know. I want to know about his health in July. I want to know about Taterhead's health in July. What's his general? What is his health journey like in July? That's what I want to know. Um, from the Endless Tarot. What is his health? What is Taterhead's health journey in July? There goes my card. For entertainment purposes only. I really like shuffling these cards. These are like some of the easiest cards I have to shuffle. You know how you have some cards, they bend well, but they don't stay bent, and they feel soft. These feel very soft. It's very nice. Good job on these cards. So what's Taterhead's health journey like in July? Let's do 6 cards. We have the story card, the magician, 6 of cups, knight of cups, strength card, 4 of cups. These aren't terrible cards. It's got a lot of cups. Cups are about comfort, intuition, um, social relationships, emotions. He could be dealing with a lot of emotions in July. The story card is interesting. That is a card only in this deck. And I like this card because every time I kind of ask about a journey, the story card comes up, and it's funny because in the definition of the card it says the journey. So that's really interesting. Cause and effect experience. So we have the story card. So this is kind of telling you his health journey through July. The magician card is interesting because it's like the magician has a lot of tools, right? The magician has the pentacles, the cups, they have the wands, the swords. They have that infinity symbol associated with them. So it's almost like I think of him having all these resources to help him in his journey, which is not surprising considering he is the president, so he would have access to very good health care. Then we have the 6 of Cups. The 6 of Cups is a calm card. You see it looks like the mother and the children, they're gathering flowers in their baskets. So there's a calmness going on with emotions at first. Usually the 6 comes after the 5s. The 5s are a little erratic. So there's calmness. Then there's the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups is also a calm knight here, right? In this deck, he's bringing his horse to water. So they're not on a journey anywhere. It's like they're taking it slow. So they're taking it slow. There's a lot of slowness to these cards because even with the strength card here, you could see that this person is with the dragon, but he's reaching out to the dragon. So this isn't like a physical strength. This is like a mental and emotional strength in the sense that this person has calmed down the dragon, but the dragon is also letting him calm him down. So to me, that almost feels like I think Taterhead will listen to people more during the month of July because of his health, and I think he's having to take it very slow. Then we get the 4 of Cups. So 4s talk about a plan, a foundation. What I find interesting about this card is that you have those 4 little sailboats that are like origami sailboats, and you have one actual what would that be? A swan probably in there. So it's kinda like one of these things is not like the others. You have a you have a swan, but then you have 4 little origami sailboats. Um, Again, that's, another cups card, so another emotional card. Um, there is a stability here. So what I think this is saying is that for July, this is the journey he's going through. He's seeing his multiple doctors, his multiple, what did he say? He had 22 doctors. A lot of them have different tools in order to kind of keep him even keel. He has to rest. He kind of doesn't have uh, a choice at this point, right? He's got to practice self care, which sixes are about self care. There is this Knight of Cups that comes along that kind of is helping him. It's kind of leading him to water or helping him out with his emotions right now. Maybe it's a therapist. Um, and there's that balance of strength for emotional, um, emotional and logical kind of like having to give up some things to let people take care of him. And then by probably, by the end of the month, he's just kind of even keel. Like it's just, he's there. But everything is very serene, a lot more serene than usual for him. And it's very emotional. For him, I think when it comes to his illness, he's going to have a very emotional month, but he's going to have to be calm. Maybe it's for entertainment purposes only, a heart issue, a stroke issue. He has to remain calm. So he's probably going to actually do that in July. He's trying to stretch this out for as long as possible. So that's what I get for him for July. And I think that's pretty accurate. If he's really as sick as people say he is, then he has to be a bit careful. All right. So that's what I got for Taterhead for July. Let me know if you have any other further questions about that. Please leave a post. Please like and subscribe. Please share. Thank you very much for subscribing already. I really appreciate that. Very helpful. And yeah, so I do new moon, full moon tarot, political, global events. If you have questions about celebrities, and if you have questions about sports, I will do that as well. All right. Thank you very much. Have a great day.